Peace and blessings, family. This is David K. Jones here, and this is the Health Mindset, the Monday Mindset. And we're going to have a real conversation about building strong foundations and healthy relationships and finding true Black love. Let's get into it, y'all. Are you ready to get deeper into manifesting mature, conscious Black love? Then stay tuned and we will build on this knowledge together. Just remember, take your time, know your worth, and don't settle. What is meant for you is already on its way. Now, let's get into this, y'all. Brothers, imagine what it could be if you found that right woman that's just right for you, walking hand in hand with someone who understands your every thought, mood, perfect days, melting into passionate nights, a true love that lasts forever. Now, that's Black love. Black love results from a Black man and Black woman gifting Black love to each other. Could this happen to you, brother? Absolutely, yes, it can happen. And as a man, there's nothing wimpy about a man wanting to be loved and needing to be loved. It is the natural order of God. With a bit of effort, you can be on the road for finding that right woman for you. Many men sometimes are under the assumption that a woman's going to fall out the sky. You're going to meet that perfect woman at Sunday brunch or at happy hour, but if you're living and praying and fasting and exercising, managing your finances, and you have decided to find that woman to be a part of your life, you got a plan to be ready yourself. It all starts with you and the energy that you put out. A Black man thinking in his right mind, mentally and spiritually, understands that there's a difference between a woman being a female and being in her feminine. She could be female by having all the physical attributes and qualities of a female. She can be beautiful. She can wear dresses, hairstyles, eyelashes, eyebrows, lipsticks, have heels, the whole 9 yards. She can even have a six-figure job. She can have a PhD or any type of degree. Now, these are great qualities, brother, but they don't mean anything when you're looking for Black love. If you're a man already living in his purpose, that is just, as they say, icing on the cake, because you're looking for something more profound than status and materialism and education. A man should look for a woman who possesses attributes related to the needs of her natural femininity. When a man is living in his purpose, he looks for a woman to have a relationship with. He's also looking for a representative. The woman is the man's greatest representative when he's not present. I don't think y'all even heard what I said, brothers. Your woman is your greatest representative when you're not present. How your woman carries herself is a representation of you. If she's in the streets late at night, wearing clothes, have her butt and her breasts all out while you're busting your behind at work, that's a reflection of her man. If she's popping bubble gum and loud and ignorant, that's a reflection of her man. If she's out in the streets cheating, getting DMs and backdoor meetings, that's a reflection of her man. My brothers, the woman you choose in your life should have the mindset that she is your crown. Just as a king wears a crown to signify his status, she is the sign to everyone that her man should be honored and respected. She's your crown. And if she doesn't understand that responsibility, that she is your crown, that's a sister you don't even need to be around with, brothers. The actual attributes a man should look for in a woman: she has comforter, nurturer, healer, compassionate, a peacemaker, and she values loyalty to the man she loves. She also recognizes her natural assets to her spiritual qualities like patience, ability to listen, and being an inspiration to her man. Many men may waste years going from one woman to another, jumping in and out of relationships and even marriages, and still unsure what kind of mate that they need in their lives. The truth is that intimacy is far more than romance, brothers. Intimacy is spiritual and closeness of the mind, body, and soul that fulfills all dimensions and needs. All intimate relationships must be mutually beneficial, healthy, and happy. I hope y'all heard me that second time. And I'm talking to the men because there's a lot of men out here that are in relationships and they're not happy at all. There's a lot of men out here with all this social media nonsense and this new black culture that's that's a bunch of buffoonery coons and broken conscious women. It's hard to choose. It's hard to pick. It's very cloudy these days because when a black man is living and thinking healthy and living in his purpose, he's not looking for a boss chick. Not at all. He's not even looking for a high value woman. These titles are nice for social media, but the greatest title is a woman that's living in her femininity and understanding her femininity. So, brothers, being wise about how you choose the right woman to have a relationship with can make a meaningful difference in your life. A good woman can make a man's life heaven, and an evil woman can make a man's life a living hell. You know, I said on the other video um, how women should speak life into their man, and how communication is so great. Please look at that one. And sisters that's watching, that if a man loves you, he wants to please you all the time. He wants to be your protector. So when you're not respecting him or having or speaking to his soul or making his life beneficial, then maybe he's not the one for you. And maybe you're not the one for him. Because a woman that is generally there for a man will support and share that man's goals and dreams. So for the brothers who haven't found their black love, I'm going to go over certain qualities that a man should look for. But the greatest thing you have to do, brothers, you have to know yourself. You have to know who you are. You have to realize your purpose and your mission here. And you have to find a mate that's going to match that purpose and that mission. But I'm going to go through some things. First one is her personality. Personality plays a significant role in deciding the the compatibility with your partner. However, it's always debatable whether it's best to be with someone with a similar personality or someone with an opposite nature. In this case, you have to decide your preference and see how that works out. Morals and beliefs. Everyone comes with their own set of morals and beliefs. We all know we should be open and honest and accepting of others, but often when our core beliefs differ, it's hard to have a lasting relationships. You want to have discussions about faith, morals, and beliefs with your potential partner. Your future partner or wife will complement your ideas. She will strongly believe in God and even pray with you, meditate with you, in understanding the importance of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. If someone isn't fit on this deep level, you should seriously consider walking away, whether this relationship is worth getting into. Respect. Does she respect you, your body, and does she respect your family, brother? A man's highest need from a woman is to feel respected. Respect means she will accept you for who you are, even in a disagreement or y'all have an argument, she still will respect you. When a woman respects you, she's truthful, she trusts you, she feels safe with you, and she cares about your well being. If a woman doesn't respect you, you really have no relationship. You're worth being respected, and you should respect yourself. And you will demand respect from others no matter what the cost is. You're one of a kind, brother. So you shouldn't give yourself just to anyone, especially someone that's not going to respect you. Hobbies and interests. No, you won't share every hobby and every interest with your future wife or someone you want to have a long-term relationship, but it helps. This will provide with activities and long-term conversations that y'all do things together. Family. Now, of course, if you're looking to a long-term relationship, you gotta discuss your hopes and dreams about family, you know, marriage. Maybe she want kids. Maybe you don't want kids. Maybe she don't want kids and you want kids. These are the things you have to discuss before you throw yourself into a serious relationship. The vital aspect of family beyond your relationship. So, what was her relationship with her family? Did she have a good relationship with her mother? What type of relationship did she have with her father? A woman's relationship with her parents significantly influences her relationship as an adult. The parent is the first example to a child of what it means to be in a romantic relationship, communication, conflict resolutions, support, and love. Inattentive, emotionally parents can lead to lower self-esteem and children to feel more alienated, hostile, aggressive, or antisocial. In other words, children who feel neglected can very often grow up being needy adults. You also got to question if she grew up and her parents were together and she didn't have a great relationship with her father, then where did she get her views from men from? Did she get them from her mother? And if she didn't see in her life, if she didn't see positive relationships, then what was her examples of having a relationship if she never saw it? How's she gonna know what's a good one and what's a bad one if she never saw it? If she never saw a black man taking care of a Black woman and providing, and the ups and downs and the ebbs and flows of a relationship, because long-term relationships go through ebbs and flows, go through good days and bad days. If she never saw that, then how is she going to know to do that with you? How is she going to know how to get around that? So those are the things you have to really pay attention as a man looking for a potential mate and a partner. Children. Now this is tricky because in today's society, many women already have children when you meet them, and some have children by multiple men. A man should never be afraid, especially if he wants to have a serious relationship, long-term relationship, and potential marriage, to have conversations with a woman about children. When you are a man, you are expected as your duty. When you're a healthy man, right? You are expected. That's what you do. You get in a relationship with a woman, you take on her children. You take on the responsibilities of helping her co-parent with her children, especially when you're living together. You are the example of a man when the father is not there. And they see you interact with their mother. So that takes on, even if you have kids on the outside, but these kids are here with you. So you have to take on that responsibility. Can you treat children as if they were yours and they're not? Are you able to be the stern head of the house? Can you do that? Sometimes when you hear other men talk, it's a thankless job. But if you love the mother, you love the child. And if you're a healthy man, you'll take on you will take on that responsibility. But that's something that you have to feel. I'm not saying if you don't take on the responsibility, you're not healthy. But if you're in a relationship with a woman with your kids, you have to understand that that responsibility comes with that. And what if she has more than one father? You have to anticipate interactions, and you got to be willing to navigate through that. So think about that. Finally, the red flags are traces of toxic femininity. So we have to understand when with someone who maybe needs counseling, because mental health in the Black community is rampant, and some people might have mental health issues, and because how they act, people think it's cute. Or she might be a beautiful woman and she has mental health issues, and because she's beautiful and attractive, all that is looked past. Then you get with her, and then she's very disrespectful. But these are traits you got to look for in those type of women. And let me be clear too. When you put yourself in these situations, you will end up feeling powerless, and you will end up having low self-esteem, and you ultimately probably end up with anxiety and depression because you're with someone who's very toxic. So what are the things they will do? They will shame you. A toxic and unhealthy woman will use shame as a weapon to inflict emotional wounds against a man. They do this as an act of manipulation, boundary violations, and control. They'll throw insults against you. They'll be insulting to you. A toxic and unhealthy woman uses insults as emotional violence in discussions and arguments. Belittling is very destructive because the goal is to tear down the man's sense of manhood. If you start experiencing this, nah. And you ain't married, nah. And if you're married, counseling. She will use guilt against you. Like shame, it is usually a means of control and contributes heavily to the ownership dynamic through overstepping boundaries. The need to be right. Toxic and unhealthy women need to be right in every conversation. Whatever they say, they want it to be accurate and others to accept it as valid even when they're wrong. At the very least, they want to avoid appearing wrong. You can't win an argument with a person like that. And, if you can't use arguments or disagreements as a stepping stone to building, then you're going to be going in circles. And you ain't got time for that. So the goal is to not to rush into it, but to look for these attributes in a female. Now, if you a dude that ain't doing nothing, you ain't doing nothing. If you ain't on your if you ain't on your job, you ain't on your mission, then you're not trying to be an upright man. You just trying to be a Negro in the street. I'm not talking about all that. See, the goal is when you find your purpose and you need that person with you, right? Because God gave Adam a helpmeet. He didn't want Adam to be alone. So a man, a healthy man should not be alone. And sometimes brothers don't go with the lower head. Go with this head first in a relationship. You know, go with that one first in a relationship because maybe you'll come out better.